Collections are done. No money spent. We got all the live series out of the way. And I'm going to show you how to do it real quick. I also want to point out, we do have a bit of a dent put into the Legends and Flashback collection for set 1 as well. We got 90 guys. I could really buy more, but I'm just going for specific cards to put on my rank squad right now. But I'll show you how to get all these. Being a no money spent player, you're going to have to grind the game a little bit. The first thing I did was grind the World Baseball Classic program. It's over there. Don't worry which way I'm pointing. It's somewhere on the screen. As you see, along the way, we were unlocking 90 overall cards and then eventually 95 overall cards, along with packs and stubs, which is a cool thing. Then you start getting some of these cards, right? Now, I was doing all these moments. When you do all these moments, you get progress along the way, and you unlock some of those cards. When you unlock some of those cards, you have parallel XP missions, which you get from using those cards in-game in Diamond Dynasty. So, every time you got 200 with a hitter or 600 with a pitcher, you're unlocking 5 more program points that move you further along the way. So, as you're doing that, you're getting packs and stubs and cards. Better cards. Eventually, you get cards respectable enough to throw in the rank squad that can compete with the best. Look at my rank squad and my no money spent videos, you're going to recognize a couple of these cards already. It's also important. We were using the parallel XP cards inside of the Conquest map. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone making this program process. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, pulling progress this way. And then also, if you do the World Baseball Classic Showdown, that'll also push you another 25 points further in the program. The Egg Hunt also gives you some free Legends and Flashbacks, as well as packs and XP along the way. I think we still got to play BR to get that egg. And then we got to play some mini seasons Team Affinity style to get that last egg. But like we're just grinding that casually because I was attacking certain objectives first. The Tops Now program is also really good. You got a set of moments here for week 1 and for week 2. That's where we are at this point in the year. By grinding that stuff, you're getting more Legends and Flashbacks that also help you towards Chipper. If you look here, there's something called Weekly Wonders. It only shows up for that 1 week. We're in the 4th week of Weekly Wonders. We've already done the first 3, but let me explain this to you. Every Wednesday, they drop a new mini program that lasts 1 week. This week's objective is really to give you a bunch of XP to help you get through the Season 1 XP program. At the end, you get 5 packs, which is cool. All you gotta do is a couple of moments, which gives you 4 points. Then you have 4 more possible points you can get. You only need to do 3 of these missions. You pitch some innings in Diamond Dynasty, you get home runs with captains, you hits with Mets, extra base hits with Brewers, and then boom. In previous weeks, we got like Diamond Duos packs, we had some stubs, we had like a Ballin' pack, I think. So every week, they're gonna mix it up for us. We also really got to grind Team Affinity. I've got the AL East done. I've got the National League West done. We've made a lot of headway on the National League East. Let's explain this. So the AL East is done. Let's take a look at this. You start off with some cards from those teams in the division, golds and diamonds. The idea is to get parallel XP or hit some kind of threshold of hits and home runs and strikeouts and innings, yada yada, which push you further along the way. Eventually you get captain cards, which you can then use in the Weekly Wonders program. You get some unlockables and stuff like that along the way. That doesn't move me too much, but then you, like I said, eventually you can unlock all of those flashback cards. Then you also start getting live series cards that can help you towards collections. Now, they're not the most expensive ones. As you can see, it only shows a bronze and a silver badge, but these still add up to a couple hundred stubs every time you rip a pack. Some divisions are more expensive than others. If you're buying like the Cincinnati Reds and you're doing Team Affinity, National League Central, you're going to get some Cincinnati Reds cards that might actually be kind of pricey because there's no diamonds on that team. Then eventually you start unlocking these Charisma cards. Each division has these. Cedric Mullet, like these are all pretty respectable cards. 97 overall. I believe most of them can hang in a ranked lineup. And then eventually it rinses and repeats, but you also start mixing up some Ballin' as a habit packs. You get a couple thousand stubs here and there, more standards, more Ballin'. At the end, you get all of those. Good stuff. Now, multiply that by 6. You're unlocking quite a bit of cards, you're getting quite a bit of stubs, and while you're grinding all of that, you're getting XP in the Season 1 XP reward path. You get more packs. You get XP path players that they want you to do missions with that also push you further along this progress. this helps you get some more core set cards. They're not the best, but if you're doing some team builds, they can really help you out. Also, having these cards can help you use these specific teams when you're doing team affinity grinds. When you get XP with like 2,500 XP with one team, gets you some team affinity progress. So these guys kind of help you thread the needle a little bit, so you don't have to use commons and bronzes of those teams. You get some bat skins. You get XP path captains, which I also like. You got Garrett Cole. It's not just for specific team builds, it's for card series builds. So Garrett Cole can boost up some all-star cards. So can Bryce Harper. These two guys can help out with veteran series cards. So whenever you have missions that you need to complete, those guys can help you along the way. Now, they also have Charisma Series packs inside of this. These are actually sellable, although they're basically quick sale value. But with them being quick sale value, now's the time to buy those guys, because you can't sell them for less than 10,000 stubs. So you want to scoop these guys up and get your collections for Chipper Jones, Babe Ruth, and Pedro out of the way. You can go for Jeter or those guys first. It really doesn't matter, but we're discussing how you can get either one of them. Once again, they're throwing packs at you here. Just play the game, and you're going to have a ton of these packs at your disposal. These guys will help you out as well. You can't sell them for much, but once again, these are quick sale value. So either sell them for 10K and get live series done, or pick them up for a free 10K. You lock them into your Set 1 Legend and Flashback collections. Then we have the XP boss from this season. I think everyone here is pretty usable. Devin Williams doesn't have the best pitch mix, but I can't hit him. So, you know, I'm scared when I see it. These guys are still worth a little bit. They used to be worth like 100,000 stubs. Now, mind you, when the season first starts, the sooner you grind to these packs, the more expensive they'll be. If you look at the marketplace, Murakami was going for over 150,000 stubs. So if you grind that early, you get one of those boss packs, boom. Like, I think I sold him around 90K the first time I got there, and then like 80, and then like 70, and then like 60. I haven't gotten another pack since then, and now he's getting really cheap to the point where I've made so many stubs off him, he's on my squad for free. Bob Gibson's also very good. He's also about 25K. He was expensive at one point, about 150,000, so on and so forth. So when you're grinding programs, it's really about supply and demand. The earlier you grind and sell, the more profit you can make, and eventually buy them back at a discounted price, if not a full profit. And once again, God forbid you hit any pack luck whatsoever, you're getting blessed. You have packs coming at you all different kinds of ways here. And then the coolest thing they've done with quality of life in MLB The Show 23, once you max out the program, you get put in this infinite wheel. Every 25,000 XP, you get put through this kind of casino-style wheel. You can get a boss pack, you can get Diamond Duos packs, you can get Around the World pack, you can get a 5-pack. I think the worst reward they offer you is a 5 bundle or 7,500 stubs. That is really, really cool. As you can see, we're at 771,000 XP, so we've hit that rewind wheel a few times. Worst case scenario, we've made tens of thousands of stubs doing this. Now, this was something I was explaining in the World Baseball Classic program. Conquest maps. There's quite a bit they've allowed. This was a simple map. It's literally just the World Baseball Classic logo. And each Conquest map has their own rewards that you can see on the right of my screen, which this is a pretty good looking one. You can only do these once. There's also some hidden packs inside of the map that's far from the end of Conquest. There's also a map that gets you progress for the Eastern Team Affinity Divisions, the Central Team Affinity Divisions, and the Western Team Affinity Divisions. These also have their own set of rewards along with hidden rewards. They even put out a map for the Atlanta Braves where once you complete it, you get a City Connect jersey. There's also there were some hidden packs inside that as well. And there's going to be more City Connect programs throughout the year where you're going to get stuff like this again. The Jackie Robinson map is also insanely easy. You get some cool equipment for like either Road to the Show or your Diamond Dynasty ball player. A couple of packs. All you do is beat the Dodgers and steal some fans. The Smooth Jazz map in honor of Jazz Chisholm. This is also really easy. You get a couple more packs in there. The idea really, so the Nation of Baseball is the most time-consuming one. I don't think I'm touching this again. The idea is you want to take over all these little hexagons, each number on the map represents 1 million fans. So 8 million fans, you slowly move over, take over the map, yada, yada, yada. Early in this map, it takes forever to simulate because you have 30 teams that you're dealing with, making AI-controlled moves. But you want to take over all these, and eventually you want to start overpowering these little strongholds here, where you want to outnumber them so you can play on a lower difficulty, beat them, move around. Lots of hidden packs in here, lots of rewards, including these packs. You get a silver Adam Dunn, Joe Morgan, Steve Finley, Bill Mazeroski. There's actually, this might be the most lucrative USA Conquest map we've ever had. Now, these cards here are not repeatable, but when you beat it, you get 20 show packs again. That's a fat bundle, could be good. So if you really have nothing to do and you want to play, you can do that. But what I like to do, my favorite thing to grind for packs, stubs, and XP is mini seasons. And it is the classic mini seasons. Let's hit square and look at the goals. So we have 4 of these completed for the season. I honestly ignore most of these. The last one we're going for is the 30 strikeouts. I'll get 8 strikeouts out of 9 batters the next game, and then we'll be good. So you can play all the way through on whatever difficulty you want to match these goals, and that's fine. When you win the mini-season championship, I believe it is a bundle with 15 standards, 1 ballin' is a habit pack, 4,000 XP, 4,500 stubs. What I do, I knock out about 5 goals or 4 goals, and then we rinse and repeat, start over. So 5 home runs in a single game, which I hope you can do. That's a free ballin' pack. It's a one-time deal, but there's a bunch of repeatable missions, like 50 total bases on veteran difficulty or higher. So every time we restart our season, within the first 2 games, we get that done. 5 show packs, 1,500 XP, 1,000 stubs. I've done this like 20 times now. And then in a single season, hit 20 home runs. We've also done that 20 times. So 5 show packs, 1,500 XP, 1,000 stubs. Again, in a single season, 20 hits. We can usually do this in 2 games. Free pack, 500 XP. And then, like I said, the last one, 30 strikeouts, ballin' as a habit pack, 1,000 XP, 500 stubs. So when you're going into a season, this is the classic one, by the way. You can farm packs. You don't have to complete the whole season to get these rewards. But as you see, I start a season. If I see I have a bunch of home games to start the year on the Pizza Boys, then we dig in. If it's not, we just back out and you hold the X button down until it restarts because we don't want to play road games. How we get it so easy. Once we get the 50 bases on veteran out of the way, we only need to play on rookie. The progress does not care any other way. If you play on higher difficulties, you get a little multiplier bonus for parallel XP, but whatever. We like to play at something called Moonshot Mountain. This is version 2.3 created by my buddy Big E Sexton. As you can see, the walls are very short. Can't bring them in any more than that, and the game plays at max elevation. So literally, if you fart on the baseball, it goes 450 feet. So that gets your total bases out of the way, that gets your home runs out of the way, that gets your hits out of the way. You're going to give up a few when you're pitching, but who really cares? This is not a competitive scene. You're just literally grinding for packs, stubs, and XP. So I do Conquest because it has very lucrative one-time packs. It gives you the game progress throughout the certain programs they're giving to you. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. But then once you're done with that, you're much more better off playing mini seasons. I'm not going to tell anyone not to play online. We've played quite a bit of ranked. We're 9-1. I think we're like 4 or 5-1 in co-op ranked as well. So we played a little bit of that. BR, that's another day. That's another story. I'm not a good BR guy. I don't like playing BR. Events are a pretty solid way of also getting rewards if you want to mess with online a little bit. It's usually pretty lucrative. You win 1 game, you get a free pack. You win 3, 500 stubs, so on and so forth. This is also giving you XP for that program, the Season 1 XP program path. So let's say you're at 500,000 XP. This is really going to help you get through those rewind packs, the spinning the wheel, whatever you want to call it. You're also getting special event rewards that might go up in price once these events end. So you have Vinny Castilla, you got Gary Sheffield. This is also a pretty nice card. And then even if you play past the point of getting the players, you can get some more packs if you don't want to go offline. However, like 45 wins to get a 5 bundle, when I can kind of like sneeze on the ball on veteran difficulty mini seasons and unlock like 10 packs, I'll roll that way. I'm going to show you all the ways you can unlock stuff, but I'm explaining the fastest way, especially if you're more of an offline grinder or you're not a top 50 player, because I'm not good like that either.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be
Flipping in the marketplace. I love flipping cards in MLB The Show. That is how I get collections done so fast, and I don't have a lot of time at home. I'm streaming, I'm recording, I'm editing, I'm playing the game a little bit, but flipping helps you make a lot of profit. Not every card is meant to be flipped. It's simple. So, Eddie Matthews here. If you want to buy him right now, he costs 74,496 stubs. If you have this card and you want to sell him and you don't want to wait, you hit the sell now button, you get 65,000 stubs. But there's a catch. If we were to sell that, you're actually only getting 58,500 because, as the note says above, the seller will be taxed 10% for all items sold. Not the biggest fan of that, but that's how the game works. So, what you would want to do is also not spend 74,000. You would want to get Eddie for 1 stub over the sell now price. So you make a buy order, 65,001 stub. If that order clears, you get a little notification in the top right of your screen. That owned number changes to 1. The sellable changes to 1. Unless you lock them in, don't do that. Then you would go to a sell order to see, hey, is this guy worth the flip? You go 1 stub under the buy now price. And he is worth 67,045 stubs. So technically you make a profit of 2,000 stubs. If you are not paying attention, orders come and go real fast at times, depending on the time of day. You might actually end up losing stubs if that price continues to move. So maybe not the best flip. Also, let's say like you're just skimming through here and you're not going into every card making an order. That's fine. Let's just take a look at Roki Sasaki. You see his buy now is 12,000 stubs over. There's a 12,000 stub difference between the buy now and the sell now. I'll go to my calculator. I type in 139768. All you got to do is multiply by 0.9. I hit 0.8 because I'm stupid. 125,791. You'll actually lose a couple of stubs if those prices stay. So we don't want to flip that guy. Ellie De La Cruz, 90,000 stubs. Multiplied by 0.9, 81,000. So you can make 3,000 stubs flipping that just about. Could be kind of risky. I'll show you what I like to flip. It's like when you see a big enough margin like this, eventually you're going to find a big enough margin that could be good. But like I said, people tend to cut the market a little bit at times. And they don't like doing the one-step method like I do. So I don't trust them all the time. Volpe is worth about 4,000 on a flip. If you got those stubs that you can work on, that's fine. Let's go a little more towards the middle. God, that's a lot of orders. 526 pages. I believe there's 20 orders per page. Times 526, we flipped a lot of cards. Let's go a little lower on the overall. Now, you can't sell this guy for less than 10,000 stubs. So, 11,699. That's a nice little flip. That's about 1,000 stubs. And the lower cards tend to move faster. Those big guns, those 99s, don't always move very fast. So I like these kind of flips. I did this like 3 or 4 times just casually last night as I was passing out and made a couple 1,000 stubs. It's not just flipping one thing at a time. You can put in 10 orders on this guy if you want and unload 10, but I'm moving my stubs all over the place. I'll break down more as we go about our business. Honestly, one of my favorite things to do is I flip bronzes quite a bit. As you can see, some of these margins are not good. Depending on the time of day, they go up, they go down. It's how it is. See, like, there's literally no margin here. There's literally no margin here for Patrick Sandoval. As you can see, it's a lot of same guys over and over. So, like, I was buying Tucker Barnhart for 75 stubs, selling for 152, but I was doing 15 to 20 orders at a time. But also, while I was doing that, I was also flipping, like, Warming Bernabel and David VR based on their prices. Like, Bernabel buying at 77, selling at 61. You do 15 or 20 at a time, you're going to make about 1,000 stubs on each card. So if I'm doing 20 of these, I'm making like 20,000, possibly 30,000 an hour, depending on what we got. Walker Buehler, I was buying a bunch of his card earlier in the day for 3,000 stubs, because that's the lowest his value allows to be at his overall. So that, and then I'm selling them like this and making 150 per flip. You do this 20, 30 times a day, it all adds up. We also flip some equipment, so you don't have to flip just the cards. The equipment can be a little tricky at times. Diamonds tend to have good margins at pretty much any time. Like, look at this Oakley encoder set of glasses. 43, 2, 3, 4. You're making about $3,000. And considering the other guy, I think it was Eddie Matthews, at like 70,000, 65,000 stubs, that's a little more volatile. When you're talking 43 to 35 with that margin, that's a little safer. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Let's do gold equipment. Gold equipment. Look at this margin. It doesn't always stay like this. People can easily cut it and kill that value. But like, let's go get a couple of bats. Because if you were to flip even one of these at this point, you get 862 stubs after tax. Even if this drops all the way to 400, you still make a good amount of stubs. 360 after tax when you bought it for less than 200. These tend to move pretty fast too. Just literally If you have the MLB The Show phone app, that is the best way to go about all this. My orders, buy orders. So here's that same bat. We put the order in one. All right, so someone already went over at 192. Let's cancel this order. Let's put in a new order and go to 193. Oops. You can actually spam these orders too. You can just go, okay, I'm going to put in a bunch of these. And then you can also favorite it, crazy enough. That's really cool. This will also show you buy orders and sell orders you have going at the moment. So we're still waiting for orders to clear. I always have orders ready to clear. Shows you completed orders. Oh, we're getting a bunch of Shane Langolier orders to go through while we're recording this video. So let's sell them through this part here. Now, we were buying them at about 81. He's buying now is 155. Let's go to 154. After tax, 139. So we're still making at least 50 stubs per. You can wait later for prices to go up, or you can just get rid of now and continue the flipping. As you can see, G-Man Choi, a bunch of his cards went through, so let's do this. I like this because you can spam the buy and sell button. Entering all this information on the controller takes a little more time. I really only like flipping on the game when I can't use my phone for some reason, or I want to cancel orders because just going to active orders and spamming this XXXXX really helps you out, speeds up. It's a little faster than the processor on the phone. Another cool thing, you don't have to worry about the face scan for Road to the Show. I'm afraid of what that'll do to me. You can even look at your program progress. You can now lock in cards on your phone, so that's cool. They're slowly making this cooler. We can do exchanges as well. Looking at the inventory is also what I do. When I put in like 15 or 20 buy orders on bronze cards or silvers or whatever, I go to the ownership, I look for the dupes, because I sell off almost all my dupes after we rip our packs. So we really don't have anything extra unless we're trying to sell those guys. See how it's all commons after this? So like Brian Reynolds, if I want to sell that, I can do that now. We just got another Shea Langoliers. Let's go to 147. Move on, because then when you hit filter again, you see Shay's gone because we don't have a dupe of him anymore. Yada yada yada. So that's easy to know which ones you're buying big on that you're flipping in bulk. Another cool thing, let's go to the community marketplace here. If you hit watch list, you can favorite cards on this that you want to look for. So it's either cards that you're trying to buy or cards that you're maybe looking to get a flip on. Christian Walker is a decent flip right now. You can buy him for 607 stubs. Let's put in some orders on him. You can do this at all times of day. Don't worry about, like, hey, Mike, what's good to flip? You got to look for yourself. You got to look for yourself. I like going for like Christian Walker right here because at 81 overall, he can't go lower than 600 stubs. So worst case scenario, we're losing like 7 stubs, which we're not going to. But like then you go to his buy now price, you're making about 80 stubs per flip. And that's the safest, freest flip you're going to make. Oh, there we go. Christian Walker went through. 760. We got 2 to sell. Beautiful. So there we go. We can work on that too. As you can see, sometimes these margins are better at night. That's usually when I end up doing a lot of these flips. It's not the worst. This guy, Warming Bernabel, he's made me quite a bit of stubs. We'll go for you again. We're going to make 50 or 60 per flip on these cards about now. Later in the night, we're making about 100, 150. So we really turn up the profit on that. Once that goes through 145, yeah, so you're making a little bit of stubbage there. Okay. As you can see, I also have some equipment on the watch list here. That's actually not a terrible flip because you're losing like 1,000 stubs, about 100, 150 stubs there. So on and so forth. I really encourage you to check that out. I have some unlockables. These tend to move kind of slow, so it's not the best flip, but eventually it is a good margin. MLB The Show 23 companion app. It's on iPhone. It's on Google Play for like the Android or whatever. I don't know that green text lifestyle, so don't bother me with questions about that. But no matter what your phone is, you can do that. It's a little faster doing it in game. It's faster than doing it on theshow.com. Make sure you dig in on that. Look at that, G-Man Choi. There's the flips coming through. Also, one rule for no money spent: do not buy packs. You know what? While we're here, I'm going to look at my YouTube channel because I've ripped all my packs on stream. We're going to count how many packs I've opened this year without buying one. 58 more packs. 78 packs. 104 packs. 103 packs. We've already ripped 415 packs, and we have like 72. 73, 74, 75 more packs to rip. Almost 500 packs without buying a single one. You're going to pull a couple of diamonds out of this. You're going to... Even by then, those cards, those packs should give you just about every common, bronze, silver, and gold that you need for live series collections. Like, that's a lot of filler that you can save time on. And if you don't have those cards for some reason, although these margins look slim and stupid, I do something called the buyback method. Like, Lou Trevino is only worth 40 at buy now. His price as a bronze is 25 minimum. So when you have nothing available there, you have to buy him for... You have to put in the buy order, so let's go to 25. And then I do something called the buyback method, where I do this 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times until you make a profit back on that card, so the purchase was free. Now for him, that's dirt cheap. But let's go to a team where there's no diamonds and only 2 golds. So these cards are a little more expensive, or they were more expensive a couple weeks ago. Like, these guys were all 400, 500 stubs at one point. Hey, that's pretty expensive. So we would put in an order at Nick Senzel at 83. He goes through, and you sell him for 135. It's not a huge margin, but you're making 40 stubs. So you do this 3 times, you're getting stubs back, and Nick Senzel is basically free. If you do this, it's tedious, but you get it done for every card. Almost every single common, bronze, silver has a slim margin at the most. So you can flip your way to those cards being completely free, and then all the stubs you have left over, you can focus on golds and diamonds that you do not pull. But I promise you, you're going to pull some of them eventually. It's also good to note, each team, you get a couple hundred stubs along the way while you're collecting them. And when you get the team done, you get another 500 stubs. Each time you complete a division, you get 2,000 stubs. Each time you complete a league, you get 6,000 stubs. And when you get Jeter, you get 10,000 stubs. So it's not like you're just putting all the stubs into a sinkhole. Here's also something cool. When you're ripping these packs, they usually give you the majority of cards. They're crap. They want you to collect 200 of these bad boys, but if you rip 400 packs like I have, you probably have most of these guys out of the way. And if you don't, you just go put in a buy order. Almost every single buy order is 5 stubs. And if you don't want to wait, you could buy them for 11 or 15 stubs. So the rewards for locking these guys in, 5, 16, 17 packs. One of them is a ballin' pack. You get 3, 4, 5, 6,000 stubs. If you were to buy every single stub, if you were to buy every single card for 5 stubs, 200 free agents cost 1,000 stubs. You don't even need these guys. See how they're not no-sell? These guys aren't no-sell. The majority of them are these really low bronzes, but almost all commons. So you're getting free stubs and you're getting free packs. It's not the only way to collect and get easy, stupid ones out of the way. The game just loves throwing out bat skins at you, especially if you play the World Baseball Classic program. It gives you all the team, the countries. The program progress has some free unsellable bat skins, so you might as well lock them in. You're getting stubs there. Leg guards. These are dirt cheap. I think 25 stubs each, so 3, 4, 5, 8. So you get your stubs back already. You get a gold equipment pack, and then a show pack, equipment choice pack. And then don't do all of these. These can get expensive. Like, collecting 15 of these for a diamond equipment choice pack, you might get a really good ritual that's worth like 50, 60k, but for free, these are 25 stubs each. 75 stubs get you a free show pack, 250 stubs. Once again, easy profit. See, this Jackie one for doing the Jackie Conquest is free. There's no listing, so yeah, we'll lock that in. 100 stubs for no reason. We've locked in 20 of these bat skins from the World Baseball Classic. Pretty much that's all it was. You can't sell them anyway, or they're only worth 1,000 stubs. And it's the quick sale value of it anyway. So 500, 1,000, 1,500 plus another bat skin that you can lock in. If you really get 30 of the free ones, they keep giving you free unsellable ones as the year goes on. Eventually you can get that Topps bat and 3,000 stubs. Batting gloves, 10 of these at 25 stubs each. The cost of the 250 you're getting in return, and then a free pack. Like the eyewear, free packs, stubs. These aren't the biggest gains, but it's just things to add together as you go. the uniforms they also like throwing at you. Every time you beat a team in the USA map, the Conquest map, they give you a jersey. So you can lock those suckers in here, which also give you some free packs and subs. And some alternates. Not all these are sellable, so you might as well just take them as you go. Eventually, you can get some free packs out of that, or you can sell them. They're usually about 500 stubs per jersey. These silvers are about 100. But like I said, the game spits them out in those packs with the low-level cards when you're not getting a diamond, so you're also just running into free stubs and packs this way. Now, I've explained everything live series for the most part, because that's what I did first, but like I said, you can do the Legend and Flashbacks first if you want, and that's fine, because you get Jazz Chisholm, you get Trey Turner, and then you get to the set collection choice pack where you can have one of these 3 absolute goons. I think Chipper has to be the first card, though. Even though I'm a Yankee fan, it pains me to say it. This also gives you a fat XP boost towards the program, so you really can't go wrong either way. The 89 cards and below do not count for this. I'm also trying to take advantage of the cards that are close to the quick sell value, so I'm not really losing any profit on it. Or just the free cards they give you that you can't sell anyway. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Like, most of these are free. He's so easy and available, he's about 10k, so you lock it in, you're not losing many stubs. And we'll make our way onto it. We should have Trey Turner really soon. If you hit square, auto-select. We're only 20 away, and I got some stubs to play with. I think that pretty much summarizes how to make millions of stubs, right? If you have any questions, I stream on twitch.tv/MikeDroTV. Ask me in the comment section of this video. Don't forget to put a thumbs up and sub to the channel. You can ask me on Instagram on there, TikTok. I post daily, several times a day there. I try to be available as possible. Follow me on Twitter. You can ask me for help there. Join the Discord. I got all that stuff in the comments below. I think that's it. Until next time, peace out.